I feel the best I've felt in, wow, years. My name is Reese Friedman, technically Maurice Friedman, but I don't respond to Maurice just because it's not how I'm called. I live in Pennsylvania with my wife, who's sitting off to the side. We got here 3 weeks ago. Treatment for Lyme, Bartonella, heavy metals, and microtoxins was what we were looking to work on. I had been bitten by an Iraqi sand flea during the first Gulf War in '91 when I was working triage over in Germany. We would receive wounded people, and they came right off the battlefield, so what they had, we got. And got bit up the right arm and up the back of the neck. 3 weeks later, began to have flu-like symptoms. I made no connection to the bites. Muscle aches, cramps, pain, fatigue, eventually diagnosed as fibromyalgia and connective tissue issues. And so that just went on undiagnosed, no treatment at all, until about 2015 when I was seeing a rheumatologist because my hands and feet and everything hurt so bad. And he took one look at me and said, have you been bitten by a tick? And I said, a long time ago, possibly, an Iraqi sand flea. He says, were you ever diagnosed with Lyme? I said, I had one blood test in '92. They said I had Lyme titers. I asked if there was a treatment I should do, and they said, well, not now. So basically, that's how I ended up here. Long, circuitous route. My daughter, who's worked in the medical field, said, Dad, you've been fighting this a long time. Give me your symptoms. I'm going to start looking around for stuff. She did some medical research and came back to me about 3 days later, and she says, you most likely have Bartonella, maybe Lyme, but more likely Bartonella. And I found 2 centers. Here's the one I think you should go to. It's here. And so I made the call and submitted paperwork, and ta-da, here I am. So how many doctors did I see before getting here? It'd be easier to say how many did I fire before I got here, okay? 30 over the years, 40 over the years, no joke. Only one in that whole process even tagged Lyme as a possibility, and that was my rheumatologist in 2015 in Texas. The medical field, which I've been in for a long time, I've worked in hospitals, trauma, nursing homes, hospice. Nobody looks at you as a whole person. Every specialty has its particular body part they want to deal with, and they don't want to talk to each other about it. And I would ask the question, I said, here are the symptoms I'm experiencing. There's obviously more going on than just one problem. Can you help me? Oh, well, I can deal with this. And I would have 15 minutes and that'd be it. The greatest benefits, and there are many, so it's hard to narrow that down, but being treated like a human, being taken seriously, being cared about, being willing to listen to the long history of how I got to this place, the compassion, the care from the people here, from Dr. Jernigan all the way down, they're all great. Every one of them to a person, which is nothing I have ever experienced at any other medical facility ever in my entire life. And I'm not saying that to blow sunshine up anybody's nose or anything like that. It's just true here. The whole design, the whole concept is really about touching the people that come here for care. When I came here, I was on doxycycline since 2015, so that's 9 years, twice a day. It only kept the facial rash under control, but it didn't do anything that I could tell for the joint pain, the hand stiffness, the back pain, the feet pain. All of that was so severe that if I did not use several different topicals every day on all of my major joint areas, I literally could not walk. I was immobile. Been there. I've been on braces in my legs, canes, for extended periods of time. When I came here, I had found topicals that were helpful, and I don't take pain medication just because I don't. And so I'm always in pain. It was always about a 5 to a 6 pain scale, which people think, how do you live with that? Well, you get used to it. I've done biofeedback in the past, and I learned how to compartmentalize pain. So unless it spikes to a 10, I can pretty much, hold it at bay and live with it. But that uses up a lot of energy, and it also depletes everything in your body, including your immune system. And I'd already started testing deficient in my immune system. So by coming here, within the first week, I was already off of my doxycycline and touch and go with the topicals, and then by the end of the second week, last Friday, I hadn't taken any topicals all that whole second week, and I'm able to get up easier. I can wake up in the morning, and instead of my hands being frozen, because every day they were frozen, I couldn't move my hands. I would have to bend them to force them to move. I haven't had to do that in over a week now. And that was this whole last year, that's what that was like. You couldn't pull my covers back to get out of bed because my hands wouldn't work. Now I can. I can get up. I can get up without sounding like I'm an old man. I mean, I am an old man. I'm 72, but I would like to get up and not sound like I'm 92. By the end of the first week, I knew things were better, and at the end of the second week, I'm thinking to myself, I'm really feeling pretty good. I sure hope this lasts. Now at the end of the third week, I have even better response than the second week. And so now I'm going to be going home tomorrow, and I have six weeks before I get back in touch, and I have no reason to think anything's going to be any different. I think I will continue to improve. I feel good about it. I feel the best I've felt in, years. The phage therapy, which was new to me. I mean, I knew what a phage was, the viruses inside the bacteria that, help kill it and all that stuff. So I knew what that was, but I didn't know how effective it would be because I'd never tried it before. So when I got the little ampules that they give you, and there's different types of ampules that have different types of phages for different types of things. Initially, I looked at that and I thought, is that really going to make a difference? I mean, I've been on 1,000 antibiotics and it didn't make a difference. But I think that was critical. That was what began to turn around the Bartonella and the Lyme, so that very quickly I didn't have to take the medicine anymore. And I could tell by the increase in my energy level. The other treatments have an efficacy about them. Obviously they attack different things and help improve the whole detoxing process, which was substantial in my case. I'd been exposed to a number of heavy metals, had chemotherapy back in 1997, and some of that stuff was still kicking around and causing issues. I was exposed to uranium and strontium. I worked on a nuclear base, so and would visit the guys in the bunker. So all of that was happening. Everything that worked on the toxicities was really critical for me, from massage, the physical working out, and then the saunas to sweat it out, the ST8, and the Lux, which work with waves and light. All of that did a phenomenal job. They're all favorites. When I go home, I will be able to do what I was trying to do with hands that didn't work so well. I fully expect that now I will be able to do it better and longer. Instead of working for 15 minutes and then have to go, run my hands under hot water, which I didn't even tell my wife that I was doing that. But that's what I would have to do after I'd be working for a while. But now I suspect that I can probably go downstairs and I can work in my shop and do what I need to do or want to do, and not have a lot of side effects from it. It was so bad at the point where I would try to sew and I would drop the needle or drop the thimble or drop the leather that I was working on. Making knife sheaths is thick leather and a lot of hard work. And or making a model, for instance. I build small scale models and work with wood, and trying to pick up a piece or hold a screwdriver when your hands don't close and you can't feel the pinch. So life goal, live my life. I mean, that's a big life goal. For the first time in a long time, I have a new confidence about being able to do that with minimal impact to me. The surprise was getting here, going through it, and then, oh my, it actually works. I'm living proof. That's why I'm doing this testimonial, because I'm living proof that what they say can happen did happen to me.